Welcome back to Bill Sports. Welcome back to Bill Sports.
As we now are into week 2 of the MLS season, let's take a look back at all of the games that happened this week or this past weekend and what we're looking forward to this coming weekend with the New England Revolution and all the other games that will be playing on Saturday and Sunday, correction, Aiden?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, um, let's first order of business. Let's take a look at all of the games that were played during the this past weekend. Now, we have a lot of different games and different teams that are kind of in the run for the top of the table. But first, let's look at the starting game of the MLS season, which was St. Louis versus Charlotte. Now, I watched it, and yeah, I believe you watched it as well, Aiden. And you can give your sense as to what you think about the game. I think, honestly, it was a really good game. Both teams were very evenly killed. That's why it ended in a tie of 1-1. And there really wasn't like any boring part of the game. It was very good all over the place. And I think that game just shows how good that the MLS is going to be for this season. What about you, Aiden?
Yes.
What
Uh,
else? Because I mean, when you think about it, in compared to last year's games, did that game like make you want to watch more for the rest of the season? Because that was a good starting game.
yeah.
A 1-1 tie, with two really good teams this year, and I believe last year too, to my knowledge. But it was again, it was a good matchup. But let's go into the next one: Cincinnati versus Atlanta. Now, what happened, Aiden? What was the result?
2-0.
So Cincinnati won, and they won big. I watched that game as well, and that was also a very good game.
And sorry for the Atlanta's coach.
Yeah, what about the Atlanta coach?
He was from Miami.
Oh, right. He's the former head coach of the Inter Miami. I forgot about that. But they ended up winning 2-0. If I forgot to say that, Cincinnati ended up winning that game against Atlanta, and again another good solid game. It was action packed all the way to the end, and it gave it gave fans some hope for the MLS this season. Now, Aiden, what's the next game on the list that we watched? So I'm seeing Orlando and New York Red Bulls.
Yeah.
What was the score for that game?
Um, 2-1.
What did you predict for that game? What did you predict they were winning?
2-1.
Who'd you have winning?
Um, Orlando.
You had Orlando winning 2-1. So it
Yeah.
was the flipped. It was the opposite. Okay. Oh boy, Aiden, are you thinking what I'm thinking? I think we have a curse on our hands, Aiden.
It's a poster among us.
I think we have a curse because every time you pick a team, the opposite happens. Now, so like if you say it was Orlando versus Red Bulls, and you picked Orlando 2-1. What ended up happening? The opposite, right? The Red Bulls ended up winning 2-1. I think you should start betting against the opposite team because it might actually work in the end. But Aiden, what was the following game after that? Because that game was really good. Both teams were going back and forth, and in the end, the Red Bulls ended up getting the game-winning goal in the 40th minute of the game, and it wasn't enough for Orlando to come back in the 96th minute to score a goal and tie up the game, even though there wasn't. But next game, Aiden, what was the next game on the list that was the teams that played?
Um,
I believe it was DC and Philly.
yeah.
DC ended up taking that game 1-0, and Philadelphia. Go ahead,
The
Aiden.
the only person who scored a goal, formal Union's player.
Yeah, and the Union ended up getting a red card too in the process in this game. I believe it was, to my knowledge, yeah, it was Alaboho or Aladoho, I believe is his last name. I don't know his first name, but Aladoho scored, or they did not score. He got a red card on the game, and Philly ended up losing that game to DC 1-0. Now, going to the next game, Vancouver and Real Salt Lake. Vancouver ended up taking that game 1-0. And following that, Austin versus Minnesota. Both games 2-2 tie. Teams good. Both teams were action packed all the way until the end. Following game was FC Dallas versus Toronto. Dallas ended up taking this game 3 to
That
2.
game was fireworks all around too.
Absolutely. Once again, fantastic game, as Aiden mentioned. Houston, following that, against Chicago. Houston taking the game 2-1. Then here's the big one that we all have been waiting for, because this is what this podcast is all about. We're gonna go back to that one, because that one we're gonna talk about in the next segment to go over what the heck happened in the New England game. Anyways, following that game after New England versus Nashville, because we will go back to that result in the end. LA beat Inter Miami 3-0, which is a huge difference compared to last year when they just won the cup, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So they went from winning the cup to losing to LAFC 3-0 in the first game of the season.
With Messi
Yes,
and with
Paul.
the Paul show.
Yeah. So clearly they're missing some guys, and it clearly hurt them, as you could see. They ended up losing 3-0 to LAFC, which was
The
absolutely mind blowing.
news. I saw Messi's face and went, "What is happening?"
I know, that's what happens when you don't have a complete team. When players leave, then things change. Next game was Portland. Sorry, correction. It was San Jose taking on Sporting Kansas City. So, San Jose being being at the reins of Bruce Arena beat the Sporting Kansas City soccer team, or MLS team, 3-0. And once again, another good game by the Bruce Arena led San Jose. And following that, Portland versus Columbus. Portland took that game 3-2. And then following that, a big win for San Diego FC taking on Montreal, and they won 5-0. Then on Sunday, following that, LAFC and New York tied 1-1. And then the
Mm-hmm.
final game of the weekend, Seattle Sounders took on Colorado and beat them 2-0. So now, Aiden, looking at all those games, what happened in the first week? Like, as an overall, do you think there were the expected games that the teams that won ended up winning?
I expected DC to win.
Yeah, I mean, look, these teams have been it's the last few seasons have been all over the place because we've seen teams who used to be absolutely garbage are now in the top 5 and you're like what happened? So I don't know what New England's doing wrong because they can't seem to get over that little hump of getting into the top 5. They can't. But the thing is that we need to look at is what we are doing wrong. And let's talk about that, Aiden. So, what was the result of this game against Nashville, Aiden?
4-1.
And
And the only person who scored is Campana.
and yes, those of you who follow this podcast know how what my feelings are about Campana and what my girlfriend's feelings are about Campana, what your feelings are about Campana, Aiden. Um, we're not biggest fans of Campana. Um, I just think he's overrated. I don't think he's the guy that you need to really rely on. What are your thoughts, Aiden, about Campana? Because look, yes, although he scored a goal, it was a consolation goal. We were already down 3-0 at halftime, and we were already defeated because, quite frankly, that was a depleted back line. There is no way, shape, or form are we going against a team like Nashville against with a backline of Andrew Farrell and 2 new guys who just joined the team a month ago. Are you kidding me? Baffling. Absolutely baffling. And I get it. It's the first game of the season. Players are still trying to figure things out. But you've been able to figure things out for the last few months now. Get to know each other and all that. And and it seems like this coach, I don't know what happened. I mean, Aiden, what are you thinking right now? What is on your mind about the New England Revolution right now at this very moment?
I think it was a fluke game.
I think we're gonna have a lot of fluke games, Aiden, this season if we're gonna keep thinking like that. Because at the end of the day, there should be no reason in any way, shape, or form that we lose 4-1 when we have players like Turgeman, Carlos Heel, Polster, and obviously you guys know how I feel about Polster. I'm not the biggest fan of Polster. I think he's also overrated. I also think that we need to have a replacement for Polster because Polster he can be good, and then there's times where I'm just like, "What are you doing, dude?" And I was really thinking about that with what the heck was his name? I think he was number 22. Our back, our right back. He kept getting beat. Like it was baffling. The amount of times he got beat was ridiculous. Yeah, Ethan Kohler. Like, dude, how many times do you get beat and realize that maybe I'm doing something wrong? And also, to top it all off, how many times did you see him on the complete opposite side of the field? He's a right back. And I saw him in the back in the on the left side in the corner on the other team's side of the field. What are you doing over there? Why are you all the way over there? You should be back on in your position. Also, another person that I'm baffled that they even put on the field. Who do you think I'm going to say? He's a center back or an outside back for that matter. Andrew Farrell.
And you're
The man is old. If those of you who actually watched the game, he can't run. Andrew Farrell's old. He kept losing the ball. He couldn't run after the ball. So we have a half crippled old man in the center back position in Andrew Farrell. We got Will Sands, who barely knows how to even use his own brain to comprehend how to even touch the ball. We got Ethan Kohler, who's running around like a headless chicken all the way across the field. And then you got Hughes, or whoever else was the guy who was in there. I believe it was Hughes. And then you got Hughes, which we haven't seen a lot from Hughes, but I don't like him. I definitely think that when Beeson came on the field, and although I'm not really the biggest fan of Beeson, because when we saw him last season, he didn't really produce a whole lot. But when Beeson came on the field, you want to know something? That defensive side of the ball was so much better when Beeson was in the field. And I just think that we need to consider different options other than these guys. And another thing, I'm frustrated that we didn't have the guys that we should have had. Yusuf should have started for sure. Yusuf should have started over uh the Rhines, 100%. I think Rhines wasn't ready yet because he's still a young player, and I think he should have went back behind Yusuf. I also think Yao was also not the best decision on the wing because he was not productive whatsoever. He actually got beat and lost the ball multiple times. And I think if we were gonna have somebody, it would have been Lucas Langoni. I think Langoni or Languni, whatever. He would have been so much better of of a combination with Turgeman, Campana, Carlos, and Langoni. I think would have been a perfect offensive team, part of the team. But it's just I don't know, man. Sorry, I seem to be going on a rant, and I think you want to talk. So go ahead.
Hopefully this weekend they put the right guys.
I mean, looking, I'm gonna put it this way: if I don't see our normal starting back, then I might actually put my head through a wall 20 times over. If I'm gonna put it this way: if if 2 goals go in by the 30th minute mark against us, I am turning the game off. I'm a true fan, and I stuck with it when remember when I said they were down 3-0 at halftime, and I said I want to turn this game off, and we originally did, and then you walked, and you ended up going to your room. Did you still watch it though?
Yes.
So there you go. So although you're frustrated with the team, it's just like you have to still kind of stick in with it, and because you want to know, you never know. They could come back. It's possible. I've seen a team come back from 4-0 down. It's I mean, my team's done it in real life with my club team at school. We were down 3-0, and we were playing 9v11 against a team. And for a while we were playing 9v11. Then they scored 3 goals, and then they went down to 9 players, played 9v9 against us, and we scored 3 goals to tie up the game. And then they went back up to 11 guys and scored a final goal to win the game. But it's possible. It's possible to come back from 3-0 down. It is. And the question is, you have to have the right personnel out there at the right time to do that said comeback. And I don't see that with this Revolution team. I think we have it on the offensive side of the ball, but the defense, we need to figure something out with the defense because it's not working. We have all these defensive players and not enough talent. That's what it feels like. So moving forward, I think New England needs to consider changing up their defense because they are not going to win games with the defensive personnel they have right now. Now, Aiden, let's just continue on. What is your predictions moving forward for this coming weekend? Because I know you're eager to do your predictions.
Oh,
Let's go.
let me say my number from last weekend. I went 5, 7, and 3 ties.
All right, so you had an okay start. It wasn't the best, but let's see if it's any better this coming weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the first game?
The first game is Chicago in Montreal. I got Chicago winning 2-1.
All right.
Everybody will laugh at this.
All right.
It's a fair funny joke.
It's a funny joke. Oh god. Oh god.
I
What
got
is it?
I got New England winning against the Red Bulls by 2-0.
Whoa. We just lost 4-1, dude. Do you really think we can go against the Red Bulls? Although the Red Bulls did just lose, right?
Yeah.
So it might be a good game. It very well might be a good game. Who knows? What's the next one, Aiden?
Minnesota and Cincinnati. I got Minnesota winning against Cincinnati 2-1.
Okay, that's reasonable. You have Minnesota winning. Okay. All right. So you have Miami going 0-2 to start the season? Wow. That's okay. That's fair. Go ahead.
I got Portland winning against Colorado 2-1.
All right.
I got San Jose winning against Atlanta. I feel like Atlanta will keep San Jose back like 1-1, and San Jose will score 2-1. I got them winning 2-1.
Okay.
And Seattle. In Seattle and Salt Lake, I got Seattle winning like 2-1. Yeah,
Okay, so you have Seattle winning 2-1 against who again?
it's Salt Lake.
Yeah, I would even say honestly, can I be honest with you? I would honestly even say 2-0. Because I don't think I've never Salt Lake has never really been like the greatest team in the world. Um, they've been an average team at best. So I think 2-0 might even be a better score, but that's your opinion, Aiden. If you think they could score at least one, cool. That's just a better game, right?
Yeah.
All right, next game.
Dallas against Nashville. I got Dallas winning because their number 9 went on fire in his last game.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I got them winning against Nashville 2-1.
Really, but Nashville just beat us 4-1, Aiden. I think that game's gonna be ending in some kind of a tie. Maybe 1-1 or 2-2, but I think it's gonna end in a tie. But that's again, Aiden.
Yeah.
I'm just pushing back on you a little bit just to give you a little bit of a an extra voice. Yeah. All right, let's do the next game.
Columbus Crew against Kansas City. It's a big score for Columbus Crew and sad for Kansas City.
Okay.
I got Columbus Crew winning 3-0 against.
Wow. Okay, that's a different one compared to the other ones. Yeah. Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, that's I would agree with that score. Next one.
Houston against LAFC. I got Houston winning against LAFC
Okay. What score? By what score?
2-1.
Okay, that's a fair. That's fair. Okay, that I like that. That's a good prediction.
Everybody will laugh at this one. Um, I got Vancouver winning 2-1 against Toronto.
Okay, okay. I don't know. That's a hard one, Aiden, because both teams aren't very good, right? So I'm gonna say 1-1 tie with that game.
In our 10:30 game. PM. It's
A
at
10:30 p.m. game. Dang,
yeah, Saturday.
that's a night. That's a late night game.
And it's LA against Charlotte.
Okay.
I already know LA tied, but I got
Charlotte also tied.
yeah, I got LA winning by 2-1.
Oh,
2-1.
okay, okay. All right, that's a cool. Okay, that's a good one.
And then Sunday night soccer.
Sunday night soccer.
To be continued take on Disney Plus.
No, we're not on Disney Plus. Hold on, don't put that in there. We gotta cut that out. We're not on Disney Plus, dude. Come on.
Okay.
Do you want to get copyrighted? Do you want our
No.
sh- there, do you want our show to get off the air?
No.
Okay, then let's go.
I got DC winning. Sorry, Austin fans. I got DC winning against 2-0.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, I think Austin or I don't think Austin can beat DC. DC's been is gonna look good this season, and I actually think that they might be one of the teams that go top three, maybe top four, in the Eastern Conference for sure.
And we got New York and Philly. Philly lost to DC. And then New York tied with LA. And I got New York winning 2-1.
Okay, all right. I think yeah, I would agree with that because I think right now LA. Eh, ooh, I don't know. It was New York and who again? Sorry, I wasn't.
Philly.
Yeah, give me New York for that one as well, 2-1.
I know Miami fans are was so mad about their last game.
Who?
Miami fans.
Yeah.
So Miami fans, I will make you happy this time. This time Miami will win 2-1 against Orlando.
Okay. Oh, it's the battle of the Florida teams.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good game. I don't know, Aiden. I actually think Inter Miami might start the season 0-2. I might give Orlando this game because I just feel Orlando's more of the complete team compared to Inter Miami because Miami did not look good in that game at all. They looked sloppy. They looked slow. Messi kept getting frustrated every 5 seconds. They just looked bad all around. So I actually think Orlando might take it in this game, but who knows?
They play at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Eastern Standard Time.
And
I don't
then
I don't know what any of that means.
one at 9:15 p.m. we got San Diego against St. Louis. I got San Diego winning 2-0.
All right, all right, all right. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that one. I think that's gonna be a good game, but I think San Diego is gonna come out on top for sure. Is that all of them?
Yep.
All right. Do you have any other final thoughts to talk to the listeners before we get off the air and see them next weekend or next week before with the overview of the games? of this weekend?
One shout out for Miami fans. I think Messi and Luka Paul will come back, and Orlando game will come out strong. Always, they did it all year, all long. When Messi came to assistance in the LMS,
Mm-hmm.
he will do it again against Orlando. Promise him that,
Uh-huh.
and then his leadership will be a success. More story.
Heck yeah. And hopefully that success will come over to New England because we want some success too. Please. Please, please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you, New England. And somebody who listens to this podcast, if they know anybody who works for the organization New England Revolution, please, for the love of God, tell them that we want something new. We want production for our team. Please, please, we're begging you. Like, please help us find something that we can get us out of this drought of not being in the playoffs and not being a good team. Because I'm tired of my team losing. So tired of it. I want to go back to the 2023 or 2024 season where we were supporter shield. We had 71 points. 71. We had 71 points. We won most of our games. What happened to that team? I don't know. But all I know is that this team is breaking my heart right now, and I don't understand how to handle it. We're only one game in, and I'm already losing it. I can't imagine what it's going to be like in the next couple weeks. Because if we're not winning, then I don't know how much more I can handle not winning or this team not winning. It's gonna make me go crazy. I'm gonna go buck wild and start like I don't know. I'm gonna take my shirt off and go outside and run around or something. Like I don't know. Like I'm tired of it. But no. In all jokes aside, we're gonna support our team regardless. And you're a bandwagon to Inter Miami. I'm just kidding. You're a secret Inter Miami fan. I know it.
No.
Yes, you are. Come on, man. Yes, you are. You know you are.
I'm New England fan, and
Yeah. Okay. Well, the two shirts in your room about Inter Miami are gonna say a lot of, and the signed. My God, brain farting his name.
I'm the actual
Yeah. No. Thomas Chunkalai shirt.
Thomas Chickler.
Yep. I can't believe we got beef. So we got a signed Thomas Chunkalai shirt, and then he goes, and then he leaves the team. I'm so mad. Like, why did he leave? Why? That was our favorite player. It's gonna be a long season, but that is all we have for you, folks. Do you have any other final thoughts before we go off the air? Because we have been going for about 35 minutes now.
Have fun, folks. It'll be like a fun ride, just like Walmart on news station on TV.
Walmart on a news station on TV? What is that statement? What? Anyways, that is all we have for you, folks. I'm your host, Corey Raftery.
Aiden knows Aiden Raftery. Have fun, folks, and have fun at school, and good night.
And don't forget to tune in every Thursday at 12 to listen on the latest episode of Your Pro Sports here on YouTube, TikTok, and all other social medias. Once again, I'm your host, Corey Raftery.
Aiden knows Aiden Raftery.
And we will see you guys in the next episode of Your Pro Sports. Have a good one and take care.
And bye-bye.